Abhishek, and it is such an honor to be back at Lady Hardinge Medical College. It is my alma mater. It is like to be in front of my teachers, Dr. Saranki, Dr. Ramanand. It's such an honor to talk to all of you. And my talk is scheduled towards the end of the event with an idea that what other than the profession. And that is the thing that I feel we all need to look at very closely today. That when we go to IIT and we feel all the IITians are successful, they are all successful because of working other than what they were trained for. They're not, if they're doing mechanical engineering, they're not doing mechanical engineering. They are starting a startup, they're making business, and that is how they are, famous and they're creating impact. So, one of the things I thought I should bring to your knowledge, and I feel it will be a talk that will be useful for all ages. And I would start from answering a few questions that I heard in the previous talks. Like one of the question was that how should I assess the risk or benefit? So the most important risk that we are looking at is of not trying at all and dying in the end with regrets. So most important risk is कि मैं कुछ किया ही नहीं और सोचता रह गया, over analysis करता गया, and I end. So when I started my own journey as an entrepreneur, I was one of the entrepreneurs in the generation where being an entrepreneur was not sexy. Today it is very sexy. It is, you start a startup, it is so, but go to Shark Tank, it's so exciting. When I started my journey of as an entrepreneur, it was not at all looked, up to most of the people said, okay, what are you doing? How can you think beyond radiology? And as a radiologist, we all have this arrival syndrome that we are good students at school, toppers, you become a doctor, then you top the NEET PG or your PG medical entrance exam, you become a radiologist. Now you feel I've arrived. Why should I learn anything more? Why should I do anything else? Now the things should come to me. I'm entitled to earn, and why should I learn to go a different path at all? I call this as a arrival syndrome. One of the things that I would highlight to you is that whenever you see the floor moving below you, whenever you feel that the ground that you're standing on is not concrete, it is time to look out for more opportunity. And that day is today when the AI is trying to take the ground below your feet. We are not looking at it. Every single morning in my life, on my LinkedIn profile, I get a query from some or another tech startup, IIT guy, or a IT person who's saying, "Boss, will you be happy to help me take over radiology fully?" They are all with VC funding, PIP funding. They're looking at an opportunity to own radiology, and the radiologists are thinking, okay, should I think about how much investment would go if I start my own business? It is actually mandatory right now that we now need to stop thinking as people who are job seekers. We now need to become creators. Now we need to become something else. I'll highlight to you. Now, my first question to you is, what do you do as a radiologist? You look at patterns which are not visible to other doctors, which we only can see. We reduce the light, we look at the x-ray, and we try to find out what is happening. Same thing is what you do in finance, same thing is pattern assessment is what is being done in big markets. Everybody is doing the same thing. We have enough brain capability. We are the only branch in medicine which is tech savvy. And we're not understanding it. We have the possibility to become the digital gatekeepers of the entire medical industry. We have huge potential with us. When I graduated, we knew about 3D, what is 3D, how to do a 3D reconstruction 25 years back. Now the tech startups are thinking of using 3D printing and all. We should have been the one who should not only work for these tech startups as a cog in the wheel, we are the full wheel. So my idea today is a radiologist can think about pattern recognition. A radiologist is comfortable in probabilities. Probabilities means that when you're working in a job, you want a fixed income and okay, sixth, seventh, my salary should come. As an entrepreneur, it is a probability. Okay, आएगी कि नहीं आएगी पता नहीं. Same thing happens when you make a diagnosis. You say it is a probability. It could be tuberculosis. You give a probability. We are happy with probabilities. We deal with probabilities all of our life. We are okay with the idea. So we need to learn how to translate these skills of pattern recognition at scale. We need to do how to do apply probability not only into my day-to-day practice, also into my work that I'm trying to do. I need to think beyond diagnostics. Plus, I totally appreciate what radiologists do. We are always calm, even when there is a huge workload on our head. The patients with full bladder are knocking our door, boss, jaldi karo, and we're still calm. This is the mark of a entrepreneur. You're calm in crisis. We are able to learn fast. I know many of my seniors and my colleagues who did their MD when there was only ultrasound. Then CT came, we learned. MRI came, we learned. Now AI has come, we will learn. We are good learners. We have to tell ourselves that we are the people that this are the. Now, if you look at the words calm, rapid learning, systematic thinking, design thinking, these are the words which can describe a global CEO as well, and they describe a radiologist as well. You have in it you are not able to see it. All we need to do now is we need to come out of this mental prison that we have built. Okay, boss, I am arrived, now I am already a radiologist. Why should I think beyond? Why should I do lateral thinking? Why should I look at opportunities outside of it? The reason is that you are capable of it. I'll explain to you. Now, what I have practiced is, and I'm very happy that such a talk is being held in Delhi area. That in the first talk today in this session, the sir was talking about the art of writing down, which I totally agree with and I totally understand. What I do in my own life is every day morning when I get up, I keep a blank page and a pen on the side of my bed. The reason is because when I get up, I'll have some ideas with me which will help me in the coming week, which I would want to implement. But in the rush of the days, you will forget. The key is write down. You have to take out 20% of your time into creativity. It will not only recharge your batteries as your brain, it will also help you to see beyond and see what are the opportunities. I'll tell you how to think like an entrepreneur. Simple. Start working as a radiologist with open eyes. Not only, even if you're in a job, even if you're in a government job, open eyes. Now start looking at what are the problems the people are facing in the work that you are doing. What are the problems that the patients are facing? Find one problem that you think very strongly about. It could be delay in, like if you are practicing UK, it could be delay in, the MRI reports people are getting, or it could be delay in X-ray that is happening. You find what is single big problem that you feel strongly about. But that will become research. To become an entrepreneur, you need to find out if there are people ready to pay for it. Then there is a problem which is there. It can be plugged because you are excited about it. And the third is people are ready to pay for it. That is when you become an entrepreneur, because you find an opportunity. You find an opportunity. You will learn, like I am not an MBA. I just wanted to add this line also, because every time in the last 25 years, I've been to many areas. I've talked about radiology, business, a lot of things. Every time I start speaking, many of the youngsters would come out and say, sir, where did you do your MBA from? On road. I did it on road. Learning people, learning business, learning what is franchise, learning what are agreements, what is taxation. I learned everything on road. So many times we think one course will prepare me for business. It is not happening. What you can do is you need to find something which makes you feel alive. A problem, a thing that makes you feel alive. Make it your mission. And then don't think about anything else. Just make it your mission. But I am here to tell you one more problem. The first problem is the radiologists have an idea that I've already arrived. Why should I innovate? Why should I innovate? I'm arrived. I'm the topper of my college, my school. Many times I talk to radiologists who say, sir, they will start their journey by telling I am a NEET PG topper, rank A. I said, वो 10 साल पहले हो गया ना, अभी का बता. You understand? So my question is that one of the problems that we have is we feel we have already arrived, so we don't innovate further. The second is we don't trust. The problem with successful people and doctors and radiologists is we don't trust others. We are not able to delegate. If you're not able to delegate, you will not form a team. If you don't form a team, you don't find a co-founder, you will not make a big business. So I am going to give you 3 buzzwords. Wherever you are, think like an entrepreneur. Before you think about money, think like an entrepreneur. Find the problems. Think about the solution. Think about a problem that excites you, that you feel I can make it my mission. Then think about it in a paper that will people pay for it? What will it that they will pay for it? Will it be viable? Then comes the viability exercise. Then also start trusting people, that who will all other people who will be a part of my caravan, because you start moving. But don't wait for others to move first. You have to move first, others will join in. I feel a lot of people do this mistake. I will start my business once I have the planning ready, once I have people ready, once I have partners ready, once I have fund ready, and in the end, you will tell the story to your grandchildren. You have to start. The key is you have to start first. Start with that gut feeling, that mantra that I want to do it. Then let others join the caravan. They will come. Trust them. Trust them. Give them the gift of trust. You have to give the trust to your employees. You have to give trust to your partners. Because he must be right. Let's take them along. If you learn these two tricks, you will start becoming a builder, not a reporter. You have to now see I'm sure you're all disturbed by the news. Every day you see AI will replace radiologists. What will happen? Names people are bringing reports directly without a sign of radiologist. You're thinking all of those things. And as an entrepreneur, I would not think of that as a problem. I would think of that as an opportunity. That the world is changing. Now is the opportunity that can I be a part of the next wave? If the things are changing for the current generation, can I be a part of a leading edge of the next wave? You have to now think, can I be a co-founder? Can I negotiate equity in a new age found AI startup, which I feel strongly about? And then you find the problem, look for the solution, build a prototype, and create value not only for yourself, for your family, for your society in general. That is what an entrepreneur does. And as the talk was about passive income for radiologists, I thought I also need to tell you that when you build a business, you may lose, that is true. But when you build a business, you create value not only for yourself, for your family, and the money that you earn compounds. One of the things that most people don't look at is the salary will never compound. Business income will compound. And it gives you the freedom to, do things your way. There is one word which means a lot to me as an individual. That makes me an entrepreneur. Optionality, or freedom to do what I want to do the way I want to do. It means a lot to me. I'll give you an example of why this all is important, and I'm happy to confess today that I started my journey as an entrepreneur when I was on job in multiple places. I started my journey as an entrepreneur when I was on job. I was doing two incomes, one as an entrepreneur, one as a job. Well, most of the people who say, but it is very smart to say, I leave everything and I start my own business. I come from an ordinary family. I did not have that liberty. So I learned the art of two incomes. Now, these two incomes, they helped me initially. When I was in my hospital, I was very ethical in what I'm doing. All doctors around me would look at every scan as money. I would say, okay, it's okay. Now, I'll give you an example. There was a patient who died on the way to MRI in a famous hospital in Delhi. I was working there. A patient on the way to MRI died on the way. And the technician called me to ask, should I continue with the MRI and then send him back? Because it's revenue for the hospital. Or should I, not do the MRI? What is your take? I said, do not do the MRI. He said, sir, okay, will you ask the owner and then decide, or you are deciding? I said, I'm deciding. He said, who are you to decide? That is 25 years. I was much younger at that time. I'm still young, but I was more young at that time. I said, I am deciding. This MRI cannot be done. The reason I had this optionality is because I had another income to look at. So you create two incomes. And when I go to my, when I started my business now, I had another income through my radiology practice that, okay, if this does not work out, I'm not going bankrupt. I had this comfort of two incomes. Many of you are not looking at it because we feel we are secure. Who knows, what will happen? We saw COVID. Our generation had the opportunity that we saw so many things. You saw demonetization. You saw COVID. You saw country level, globe level, events happening which have disrupted everything. So how can we feel that we are so secure? So coming from an ordinary family, I always had an idea that I need to have two incomes to make sure that I'm secure. Till the time I felt secure enough, then I took the full plunge onto full-time entrepreneurship. So think about optionality, freedom to do things your way. And that is what you get an entrepreneur, because then, it's if you say, I want to do things this way. Now, your people who are working for you would say, okay, because you are the one who has skin in the game. If you win, it is yours. If you don't win, it is also yours. So then you decide. If you're working for someone else, you're building their dream. Probably that is Dhirubhai Ambani's quote, and I think that should help to put some food for thought into all of your minds. If you start building passive income business, you create freedom for yourself, you prevent yourself from getting burnouts, you create optionalities. You have the power to pivot, power to experiment, power to reinvent, and you need to choose creation over conforming to the norms. You need to stop looking at yourself reporting machines. We are not reporting machines. If I am a reporting machine, I am replaceable. If you're a builder, if you're building, creating ideas, you are now, working with the innovators as co-founders, negotiate, be a part of the next wave of innovation that is happening in the world. You would find it very exciting. I don't know if you would make a lot of money or not, but you will find the journey very exciting. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure and honor to talk to all of you. Thank you.